Good morning. It's a relatively late start for us. It's about 7. We're just leaving the Kapunda caravan park. A very comfortable night in the cabin behind us there. I couldn't get a video of it last night because we absolutely trashed it. And we had a friend, Michelle, come to take us out and show us around town, so there wasn't a lot of time. So we're heading towards Tununda today. Sorry, I'm just negotiating. There's a bit of traffic coming. It looks like they've got a market or something on in the park here behind us today, so they're just setting up. Need to thank Brad, who runs this place. He's a top bloke, top shelf. He looked after our food for us. He even bought the food over in a golf cart to our cabin. He bought an air fryer over in case we wanted to use. He offered to drive us to the supermarket, although Michelle drove us in the end. But yeah, the offer was still there. He was highly recommend the Kapunda caravan park for the service they get. Even last time I came through, when I couldn't stay because I got here on the King's birthday weekend, they still was no problem looking after my food. So if you're doing the Heysen, it's one of those iconic stops, I think, the caravan park in.
We like Brad.
Kapunda. Yeah, Simone likes Brad's eyes.
Very, very green eyes.
Yeah, Simone's very enthusiastic this morning. All right, well, we've got a long trudge across the Barossa Valley today. Good news is at the end of the day, we've got another room over in Tununda. So we can have a shower again tonight, which is always a bonus. All right, I'll spin the camera as we kind of negotiate our way out of town. Okay, Kapunda has got some really cool murals. If you're ever in town, we're passing straight through this morning. It's a bit foggy, but it's not cold, which is good. That's Simone walking into the distance as usual. So it's got some street art and murals. So I don't know if I think I've had murals before. It's got some sculptures, and it's also got murals. There's another one up there. So while nearby Tununda gets a lot of love because of the Barossa Valley, I think Kapunda's well worth checking out. It's a nice little place. And it's pretty much got anything you need here. It's got a decent supermarket. You'll have to freeze this if you want to read it properly. But we've got the Mawson, the Heysen, and the Kidman trails. Thanks, Judy Green. All converge in Kapunda. Cool. Mary McKillop Walk. I guess WK means walk. The hills in the Barossa Valley are covered in mist this morning still. Good news is we're pretty well out of town now. On my Nobo a couple of years ago, this is just red mud, or red dirt. It wasn't mud, it was dirt. Okay, I'm following a creek up through a paddock. There's a little bit of smooth land to walk on. Mostly today we haven't been picking up red mud, which is good. There was one little claggy section. This is going to dry out for good this afternoon. The tracks once this cloud, this fog burns off, I'm thinking. Some nice ochre colours. It's almost 9:30. This fog is lingering a bit. So we're heading towards, I think it's called Greenock. It's a little town about halfway, well, it's closer to Tununda, I think, than Kapunda. And it's got a cafe and park, toilets, everything there. Trail goes right through town. So that's what we're aiming for next. Not sure, we've got some food. We brought out from Kapunda some rolls, so we probably won't go to the cafe, I don't think. That's the problem with the Heysen Trail. Once you get down in this area, it can be a bit of a cafe crawl almost, if you wanted it to be. And the mid-north can be a bit of a pub crawl, as you saw from this walk. It's good though, I like it. After I get home from the Heysen, I'm actually heading down to Tassie for a month in the kind of winter and the snow, so I'll take the bougie stuff when I can get it, I think, because I'll probably be in the snow for quite a few days on that one. Well, it's not quite the Burra Hills experience. It's probably 10 degrees warmer, but it has got echoes of it. Not too sure where we're going here. I think probably down to that creek line. We'll work it out. Just past 4 guys from Adelaide. They've been section hiking, I think they said about 10 years. They've got about 200 k's to go, and they're hoping to finish this year. That's really good to see. We can feel a bit of sun on us, but it hasn't poked through, obviously. Got enough hay there for the apocalypse. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe they're just growing feed. That mountain just coming out of the mist there above Simone. My feet are soaked. And just like that, the sun's out. It's about 11:30, so it's about 11:15, I think. We're still making our way across the Barossa Valley. On another easement between some paddocks. Been a very nice morning. It wasn't as cold as you'd think by looking at the video, I guess, but I'm actually walking just a shirt. Haven't got my buff on, haven't got my hoodie on. And Simone's just got a hiking dress on. I dare say we'll see a few vineyards for the rest of the day. gone from wild to fairly mild today across the Barossa. Although we are doing more hills than I remember, but that's always the case, I think. Seems to be more hills as you get older. Gravity also seems to get stronger. So we're just coming into, I think it's Greenock. There's obviously no town sign on this side road. I love the way the vineyard runs right up to the cemetery in this town. Not a lot of wasted space. Geez, they're old and gnarly vines. Just got a couple of spots of rain for the first time today too. So we're in Greenock, closer to Tununda than Kapunda. It's kind of halfway across this day. There's a pub here. There used to be a cafe down that road there, past the post office. The cafe's closed. There is a couple of cellar doors and there's a brewery, like a boutique brewery down there. So if you do feel like stopping walking for the day, you could well do that here. We're heading up, there's a general store up here, so can't get a coffee at the cafe, but we think we can get one at the general store on the way out of town. So there's a country fried chicken at the BP on the way out of town. It's like a little supermarket here at Greenock too. So now the cafe's closed, this is it if you want to. Oh, I think they serve coffees at the pub if you ask them nicely as well, but this one's got some other food too. All right, we got to get over to Tununda. It's looking like about a 3:30 arrival today. And maybe the shower by 4. We have got one of Simone's friends coming over to say hello, so the shower might be delayed for a little bit tonight. Okay, bit of a road walk now out of Greenock towards Tununda. We've got about 4 k's on this bitumen road. We're in the Barossa Valley, there's just not that much bushland through here. Simone's got her headphones in and her fresh pair of shoes. She's carrying 2 pairs of trail runners on this walk. Dead set keen, I'd say. So she's got the headphones in and the new trail runners on for the afternoon, so she's off and I'm struggling to keep up. Well, we're definitely in the Barossa now. Plenty of cellar doors, and plenty of vineyards. We're going straight up this dirt road in front of us and we'll be off the bitumen.
Sometimes Kevin likes to eat chocolate biscuits.
Oh, how easy was that?
Yeah, he was a bit worried about getting
Thin
through.
as anything. So we're actually just leaving the Heysen here. Heysen runs up there. Tununda, where we're heading to, spread out for miles along the main road. And we're right up at the, I don't know what it is, northern end, I guess. So we're coming in into town a slightly different route. So we pick up this bike path for a while and then swing right down something with Stone Road or something comes in at the end of town. We need a little bit of light rain drifting across this afternoon occasionally. We've been moving along pretty good since we left Greenock at lunchtime at 1 o'clock. It's about 2:30 now, 3 or something. So they're the hills we're heading into tomorrow. I think we dodged a bullet not being up there today. Okay, we've made it to Tununda. Another milestone. Let's go find our accommodation. Okay, we checked into the Wine Vine Motel in Tununda. These rooms are absolutely massive. So we've got a little courtyard out there, got our shoes. There's like plenty of room for about 3 of Simone's tents up here. There's the toilet. Obviously, I don't know if it's a smart towel, I haven't tried it yet. The shower's huge. I've just had a shower. The shower's massive. And we've got a coffee pod machine. Toilet at this end, it looks pretty clean. The room itself is like, it's a Saturday night Tununda. I think it was $150, which is, if anyone knows Tununda in the Barossa Valley, it's fairly cheap. It's on the cheap and cheerful side. But for hikers, it's the room. It's like the size of the room. It's huge. So yeah, you can it's off the trail a fair way, but you just come into town a different way and then walk up the main street to rejoin the trail the next day. So it's not too bad. All right, Simone's catching up with a friend. I'm gonna go out and have a chat too. I'll catch you later for a sign off. Okay, this is a little late coming. This is the sign off video for day 31. It's actually the morning of day 32 in real life. We had some of Simone's friends come over last night for a visit, so we kind of got a bit tied up, and I forgot to do a sign off video in the end. Anyway, enough waffling on. We walked from Kapunda to Tununda yesterday, which is was around 31 k's, and this is probably about 400 metres of vert, not particularly hard. Across the Barossa Valley, there's a few hills at the Tununda end. There was a bit of mud to negotiate yesterday, but not as bad as it's been, and as you can see, the weather's looking better. So we stopped at Greenock and in the park there and had lunch, and then went up to the kind of servo and grabbed a coffee on the way through. But yeah, yesterday was a fairly uneventful day, so I'm guessing it'll be a fairly short video. It was very nice wandering out of Kapunda in the 7, 8 in the morning with all the mist in the hills. And then as you get closer to Tununda, it's all just vineyards. Even the motel here's got vineyards. All right, I'll be firing the camera up soon. It'll be 24 hours before you see it, but for the next day. All right, take it easy.